Alright, we should be live now. Also, is the stream for you that you can see in Discord, is this all, like you can
Oh,
see
I don't
everything and
have.
it's fine?
Yeah. Is there a keyword?
Yeah, it's LMAO, just Lamau, but also, I guess I can change the room settings to have one spot bigger, and then you can just join there. I was streaming through Discord, so you could watch that, but it might be better to have you in the room direct.
Yeah, the room's a little faster.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to join the room now, then.
Okay.
A new sacrifice comes to you.
It just does a bunch of question marks for my Steam name. That's ominous.
Is yours, like, emojis, or is it Japanese, or...
It's Japanese.
Okay.
Whoops. Oh god.
I don't think you can do pass until there's more than 2 people inside the lobby, right?
Oh, okay. And it's been so long since I've been in a lobby with that it wasn't a 1v1 lobby.
Yeah, yeah.
What are the teams?
So we have PapaPesto and EggplantMenace, and then the other team is Mr. B and DYLanXLusoren. I never know how to pronounce it, I just always say Dylan in my mind.
I think it's Lusoren.
Okay.
Steel Reserve 40 ounce. I'm being attacked. This is a personal attack.
Yeah, also, it's Waseda style 2v2, so normally, until finals, it's just like, people play, and then when they lose, and then, the winners can play each other. But for finals, I have the people do, like, first to twos instead, so it's like, it might be PapaPesto versus Dylan, and they play a first to two, a best of 3, and then that finishes, and then it's Eggplant versus Mr. B, and if Mr. B wins that or that best of 3, then Mr. B plays Pesto, and then the winner of that wins the set. It's going to be a bit weird since there's only 2 teams where we're technically starting in winners finals. So then after this we got a grand finals. So if there's a reset, it's going to be like funny how the matches work. It's a little wacky. I'm thinking about format changes, but
So you're gonna
this is
start
what
it with
works.
the winners finals as opposed and wait, winners finals is the same as grands, right?
Yeah, in terms of how
Okay.
format works.
Yeah. So who has the reset power?
Well, since they're both in winners now, so it's going to be like the loser goes into losers, then they just win losers finals on a bye, and then they come back to grands. So winners and grands are only the same in terms of like how the format runs. For bracket, it's still like winners finals.
I see.
Ordinarily, I'd have the whole bot and everything set up to do like exclamation point bracket, and you can pull it up and see it. But when registration closed an hour ago and there are only 2 teams, I'm like, it's not worth going through all of the proper channels. We can just run it. Okay, I see Eggplant sees that he's got to join. I don't know where Mr. B and Dylan are.
Oh yeah, you've got a bunch of people in here in the tournament check-in thing.
Yeah, it's all from the last bracket, because we've run 2 tournaments before this, and they both had, I think one was 10 and one was 11. So, or teams, so there were like 20 or 22 people that entered. So
Oh, okay.
this time it just, I guess for a couple different reasons, not as many people showed up. So, but that's all good.
It's the Thursday.
Yeah.
DNF is out too.
Yeah.
Bet lots of people are playing that. The game looks fun, except when Crusader is on screen, and it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I've heard I've heard Crusader's very belligerent.
He looks like he'd be belligerent.
Yeah. That the giant like wall move is like 5 frames and +5. I've heard crazy stuff.
Wow.
Also, normally, for the 2v2, like, everyone is just in the lobby, so that way it's easier to switch between instead of, like, kicking people out and getting back in.
Hmm.
Alright, I added Dylan and Eggplant again to join the lobby.
I will be right back.
Yeah.
I've returned.
Oh, hello.
So I'm assuming it's oh, okay, Minions The Rise of Grid. Okay, so I think Steel Reserve 40 ounce is probably PapaPesto, and Minions The Rise of Grid has to be Eggplant. I'm gonna check right now.
I think so. I think I've seen Pesto as Steelers or 40 ounce before.
It'll be interesting to see how this player matchup shakes out. I think that Aurier has a pretty good time against Gord, but it's not really, at least from what I've heard, it's not really hopeless. He has really poor buttons for Abare against her, and she has a lot of really nice, like, minus frame situations that she can use to her advantage. I think that it can be hard to approach her or follow her, so if she gets a lot of screen space, it can be really hard, but Gordo does have things like Bee Reaper and, of course, Mortal Slide and whatnot, so we'll see how all that shakes out.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I know, like, recently I've talked to people about already having trouble in Fireball matchups, so it's interesting to see she has trouble in this matchup as well, despite Gordon having Fireballs. I guess his moves are just so big.
Yeah, I think the only key difference there would be that people can move behind the Fireball. He can't really move behind the Mortal Slide, but we're seeing kind of... Oh, so Gordo has Grid, and he's probably going to play some space, or he's just going to rush in and be 6B.
You know, he's having a good time. He showed up. He's ready to go in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. The first throw is a Grid break. See, this can be a hard situation because with the Thanatos, they get plus frames, but they also have some good 5A no cancels. The 2B is, I think, one of Gordo's better buttons. Oh my god. Yeah, he has CS, so he can confirm off of that.
Yeah. They got it just before as well, because Mr. B had just CS'd before cycle finished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see a little bit of... oh, wow. Yeah, you have to be careful about mashing on 6-6C 2-2A.
Yeah, it's like the knowledge check, right, on where to shield, and then he's minus enough that you can get in.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's plus on the 2-2A, and there's a gap there that can be scary to mash on. Okay. Okay, they back up. See, if you back up when Gord is about to get Grid, it can be dangerous because he has something like his Vorpal FF.
Yeah, it's one of those things, too, where I don't know what Aurier's ideal range is in that location, but it always kind of seems a bit weird to, like, backdash fully there. You're giving up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's tough, right? Because if you think about the grid cycle there, if the grid cycle was Mr. B advantage there, then the backdash would have been a lot more useful, but because Gord was going to win the cycle there, you kind of put yourself in a situation where you can't really be as active as you might want to be. Not that you really have to be, but you know, there's suddenly more things that you have to be scared of, like the Vorpal FF and things like B Reaper CS. I want to see Mr. B play a little bit slower in neutral. I don't think that they need to be committing as much, and I like it when they just space themselves out like this and block.
Yeah, with committing a lot, they even saw in the beginning there was like that assault at mid-range.
Mm-hmm. Gord has the cycle. This can be kind of scary because now his openings are a lot more dangerous, and Mr. B has the call out on the 2-2A. He goes for a Vorpal strip there. That's interesting. How's he going to secure the cycle? He's going to try to assault, but he actually manages to hit one of the shields there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's one of those
And that's
situations
kinda
where
what I'm
just
talking about.
playing patiently, you know, kind of helps out a lot. Sitting
Yeah.
back, trying to bait out the green shields.
Oh, okay. He's baiting out those green shields. And now what's he going to do? It'll be interesting to see if Eggplant goes for something. Oh, that was weird.
Well, that was like a I guess it's 3B for Ori, like 3B AD attempt or something. It was interesting anti-air there.
Oh, he gets the hit. Gord has CS, but he does get 100 meter from that, so you have to be careful. But it looks like Mr. B smartly respected that force function this time. Okay, we can wait for the cycle. No reason to really do anything right now.
Yeah, one of the last cycle has to make something happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it
nice.
is. I like how Mr. B was playing that last round. It was looking good. Ooh, scary.
Okay, yeah, that was good to sit there and charge, but then assaulting in and hitting a button, you know, you give away a lot more grid if the opponent blocks an overhead, so assault button kind of gets rid of the bonus of the grid advantage.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a little bit of suffering from indecision too, because if they had just held the concentrate there, it's very possible they would have gotten a cycle, but of course that's scary, because if your opponent swings, then you get hit.
Yeah.
It's a scary game for scary people. Okay. They're getting the shield on the 6-6C, but they're not challenging the 2-2A afterward with a button.
Yeah, I imagine it's really scary with Gordo having CS there and, you know, 100 meter.
Mm-hmm. You have to be scared of the Mortal Slide instead of the 2-2A. Oh, things are getting messy. How are you going to win this cycle? Yeah, he's not going to let you. Whoa!
Getting kind of rude here.
He's freaking out. Okay. Gord is locked out of earning grid right now. Can they get a last second one? Doesn't look like it. I think they might die here. Eggplant's roosts are really good.
Yeah, I think Eggplant might have also realized that Mr. B started playing slower and farther away, and then was able to just run in and do the 2B low.
Mm-hmm. That was looking pretty convincing for Eggplant, but I think that as the set was going on, I think that Mr. B was kind of getting a better idea of the threatening ranges that they need to be cognizant of, so I'm excited to see what the next game looks like between those two.
I just realized I think I had the team names switched this whole time. That's alright.
You don't see this matchup too often. Oh, just right out the gate, he's got this combo. Okay. Oh, he's getting thrown like a ragdoll right now. Oh no, the GPs!
I know Pesto loves the Carmine cheapies.
Mm-hmm. You have to be careful about that that up forward FF stuff. Oh, okay. I think they caught the 3B there. So this is kind of a hard situation for Yuzuriha because her strike throw is really not that great. She really excels in that neutral situation. And she's super low on life, so reversals are really dangerous. So it can be really tough to open up your opponent in this way, or in this situation, but it looks like Dylan's making it happen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
always tough in the
Dylan's
situation. Yuzu's supposed to be dominating neutral. It's hard to come back from a life deficit.
Yeah, and it's tough to keep that momentum, because if your opponent reversals like that and you're going to die to it if it hits, then, you know, You have to strike that balance between committing or not.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a big counter hit. Oh, we're dropping combos. Vio's actually not that bad of an option on defense against some Carmine things because some of Carmine's strings can have gaps, especially if you shield them out. Oh.
Yeah.
Man, my assault always loses there.
I was just about to comment on that with Dylan getting a good assault in earlier and grid breaking.
Oh, yeah, he's getting another good assault in there. These assaults in neutral are really working out.
Yeah. I think now's probably the time, too, to change to... I was about to say, like, you know, start backing off a bit because you have life lead, but Dylan just takes the round.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's fine to go in there. Oh, wow. I think Dylan's not really respecting that so much. In the last round, it caught, or it didn't catch the assault, but the 63B with Dissolve is actually really dangerous to assault at or jump. Whoa.
Yeah, Dylan getting landing a lot of these veil offs so far. I wonder if, like, how long it's gonna take for Pesto to start like respecting it a lot more, and then, you know, all it takes is blocking one veil off to deal 4K or a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely important to like bait them out sometimes, but I don't necessarily disagree with how Pesto is approaching it. Because if you really look at the situation when the VO had run out, there really wasn't a particular. They were almost even, you know.
Yeah.
Yuzu's not as scary with VO running as, you know, say Wagner.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world to get hit by veil off.
Mm-hmm. Although it's getting a little. You're gonna have to start baiting these now.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
So now for this next cycle, Yuzuriha is locked out, and oh, it actually killed. I didn't think that was gonna kill.
Yeah, I think Yuzu's IWX does a decent amount.
Oh man. I really did not think that was gonna kill. I thought it was gonna be like a pixel. Oh, they missed the shield on that 2-2A. It's really important to be able to get that shield.
Yeah, I know this situation too is one of Pesto's favorite spots because the bomb is down and he's just sitting there trying to bait out like a stand tech or anything.
Mm-hmm. It's really dangerous. Oh, nice block on the cheapies. Dylan recognizes it. That's good. Okay, Carmine has the cycle, so now all of Carmine's blood specials cost, I think, roughly half of the HP they cost before.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to say, I think at this point, Pesto's just going to be confident in his defense and try to, you know, wait out, find an opening, wait for Dylan to get too aggressive, but Dylan's opening him up.
Mm-hmm. He's getting cracked by these assaults a little too easily, I think. We'll just see if they make the adjustment here, if they can make it a comeback, or if it'll have to happen in the next round. Looks like it'll have to be the next round.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The jump assault actually went over the 4B.
Yeah, I'm very not used to seeing that.
Nice tech. Oh! Dylan got greedy there.
Yeah, you gotta know when to give up on cycle.
Mm-hmm. What a simp. Okay, scary. No!
Yeah. Pesto cackling right now, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. See, that's the tilting one. When they drop the combo, but they're still holding on to one of the puddles.
Yep.
So I wonder what Pesto is thinking about the possibility of VO right now. It's looking like he's getting a lot of mileage out of these baits with the puddle.
Yeah, there's...
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
finally, okay. I imagine this should kill, right? There's no way. Carmine has every resource.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Very clean. Got a little too predictable with the VOs on defense. I think that it's just, so this is first to 2, right?
Yeah.
So
So
in
it's
this game, I'm
1-1.
interested to see what's going to happen because when you ride or die on the VO, you have to be careful about it, because once your opponent is privy to it and goes to bait it, especially in situations where like they have a puddle up anyway, then it can become really bad risk reward. Oh, okay.
Getting blown up by assaults, trying to shield again.
And there's good spacing from Pesto to get away from the 2As. We'll see what Dylan does now. I think,
Oh, 1 frame late on that block.
you hate to see it.
Blocking against Carmine is definitely a really scary prospect if you're not confident in all of his options. But if you are, you know, he just slowly kills himself.
Absolutely. Blocking against Carmine is winning in a lot of situations. Uh-oh. Okay, nice shield on the second hit. Okay, they get the throw, but the cycle, there's still a little bit of time, especially with the dropped combos, so we'll see how... Alright. I actually like that. I like the concentrate.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the instant CS afterwards, but the concentrate was good.
Whoa.
That's a very scary situation that just happened.
Oh wow, Assault Abari. See, it's kind of an interesting situation because if you notice, PapaPesto is doing a lot of strings that leave him kind of outside of the range of Yuzuriha's normals. So if she wants to contest him going for a special cancel or something, then she has to commit to something a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's really tough because I imagine too part of what he was doing there might have been baiting out Veil off and just kind of sitting back and waiting, seeing what Yuzu can do. Because as you said, her moves aren't that big, so she has to make a big commitment to get out, and Pest is just going to keep rebeating. But
In those
alright.
situations, dash blocking can be very useful. Because like you said earlier, and rightly so, blocking against Carmine, he loses HP. Oh, it looks like Dylan left the room.
Yeah, I think Dylan thought it might have just been one set, but now it's grand finals, so... Which is a little... Like, it feels kind of wacky in this context, but...
Okay, so we are switching it up. It's going to be... Oh, so we don't get to see Mr. B's evolution against Eggplant. That's unfortunate, but we do get to see Carmine Aurier, which, you know, frankly, I'm not sure what people's opinion on this matchup is. I could see it being on the difficult side for Carmine, just because of Aurier's ability to jump, to sort of stay away, to make approaching her dangerous, and also her dominance at, like, ranges where she can do no cancel minus frames, but... we'll see if any of that ends up mattering, because Carmine's definitely that kind of character where if you don't know a certain amount, then you're not really playing the game anymore.
Yeah, I think Pesto's mentioned that before too. He's like, he said he enjoys being able to play the game instead of just looping set play over and over again.
Okay, they have a puddle. Be careful. Oh, it's so scary. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like Mr. B's not too comfortable blocking the Carmine stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely very overwhelming, especially, you know, in a tournament context.
Nice shield. It's important to pick up your shields on those freebies. Oh wow, that didn't combo.
Yeah. Carmine definitely a character that will just feed you grid, or at least is able to just feed you grid.
Absolutely. Whoa, okay. Oh wow. Yeah, this is total domination from PapaPesto right now.
Yeah, that was really good cycle control.
He made use of a lot of his rebeats to mix up timings so that his stuff wouldn't be so easy to green shield to get that cycle back. And he's policing those assaults with Dissolved 623V. That's part of the reason why it can be really dangerous. Although, I could see Aurier having an easier time than most getting over it. Nice tech. Nice block. I'm not sure about the CS there, but it does give Carmine meter to reversal with, so...
Yeah, it gets him closer to that 100.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Mr. B put back in the blender. Hopefully they can they either remember or figure out how to deal with the Carmine pressure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the fuzzy.
Yeah. I think Ori is tall enough for that to work, right?
I believe so, although I'm not a authority on that. I just am a Filthy Wagner player, and I know that the fuzzy's really hard on my character, so I kind of don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Finally got the overhead to work. I know, like, Aurier's, that 6B is really... It's used a lot, because it can be made... it's not as dangerous as other characters. It doesn't completely end their pressure, I don't believe.
Well, it's difficult to recognize, especially in an online setting. But it looks like, I mean, he's what, 4 for 5? That's pretty good for those blocks. We'll have to see what Mr. B defaults to in defense here. It looks like it's going to be VO for some of those kind of gappier setups. So I wonder if PapaPesto is going to go for more gapless type setups, or if he's just going to be baiting the VOs with bombs out like he was against Dylan.
I wonder if that spacing there was like difficult for A to deal with hitting him, because you know Carmine's just up there kind of dancing, and Mr. B couldn't land a hit.
Things can get weird with Carmine for sure. He's kind of a Jumpman character.
Yeah.
Whoa. Mr. B doesn't look like they're comfortable challenging off of those point-blank 6Bs.
I think it's the second or third time Mr. B's gotten him too with the force function into empty low.
Oh wow, what a dash block. See, that's actually pretty advanced, because if you do dash block in that situation, it is possible to react to the fact that they assaulted, know that you're going to pass under it, and then press 5A if your character's tall enough and has a good enough 5A, which in some ways Carmine does. So that was just really good recognition on PapaPesto's part and a great conversion. Where's Dylan's hide?
I think he's been playing Yuzu now. I think he made the full switch over. Or at least I've only ever seen him play Yuzu. I know he used to play Hyde, though.
Oh, I see. Now, this matchup's interesting. When I played Gordo a little bit, I actually had a lot of fun with this matchup. Because it's a matchup where Gordo really needs to use his tools intelligently, like his B Reaper and his Vorpal FF in particular. So we'll see how, yeah, look, they're fighting for Vorpal, but that's not going to work for Dylan. Okay.
I really like the just assaulting over and over again to farm that grid.
Well, if it's blocked, it's grid neutral, but you saw at the very end there, Dylan, instead of assaulting again, just kind of walked forward, and combined with EggplantMenace walking back, the grid swing was enough to go in Dylan's favor, so that was interesting.
The stare down.
Somebody do something, I'm scared.
So terrifying. I'm sure for both players, too, with how big Gordo's ranges are.
Oh man, Eggplant is scheming for something. Maybe he's thinking about the VOs. You saw those sets earlier, or those games earlier.
Yeah.
But will Dylan give it to him?
As well, with the life lead and having resources, you know, Eggplant can afford to just kind of sit there and, you know, try to bait out the VOs and try to just play very patiently.
For sure, and his opponent's in the corner.
Yep.
Oh wow, he's getting hit right now. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. At first you know, they CS'd right before cycle finished, so they gave it away, but then they were able to take it out anyway, which is, you know, winning's more important than winning cycle.
That's true. Oh, that's a pretty big grid lead. Are we just gonna see a bunch of assaults again? Nope. Oh wow, the first 660 they get, they do no cancel. What a maniac. Ah, there's the VO. See, Eggplant was right all along. It's important to not get hit here, because this is one of the scenarios where there's the hit. It's one of the scenarios where VO can feel really lackluster, where you VO them and then you just kind of don't get the hit, and then you have no resources and they have all of theirs, and the HP lead is still even. But it looks like Eggplant got hit a few times there, so it ended up working out for Dylan. Oh. Slid into her DMs. A mash?
That was crazy. I was about to say Eggplant has all the resources, so he can just kind of sit back and, you know, yeah, he doesn't have the life lead, but...
But Dylan correctly guessed that that he was fiending for the cycle there. Also, Dylan has some HP to work with, so I guess it's not the worst thing. The timer's a factor here. Something really big needs to happen, like, right now. Oh, then there it is.
I'm surprised that counter hit, or that Dylan was mashing instead of just, you know, taking the hits.
I'm with you there. I'm surprised at the mash as well. Okay. What? Oh, got pulled in there. So Gord gets the cycle now, and we're gonna see what Eggplant does. Is Eggplant still scared of the VO, or is he just gonna go for it?
Oh, he's going.
That's such a good string. The 5B, 5A. His Gord's 5B is the second hit on his Smart Steer, so you can do 5B, 5A, 5B, and they can all be staggered, where you could just stop at 5As. It's a really good string.
Also for cycle, Dylan keeps like just barely losing it. They'll stop what they're doing and charge, but there's just a couple pixels of squares that Eggplant has.
Honestly, when the cycle is closing, I wish I saw more. I wish I saw more mashing from Eggplant, because so far Dylan's strategy for getting the cycle back in those scenarios is to do assaults or to run up and throw.
Was that did Dylan just throw on Red Mist on that CS and then it worked?
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, that was a few seconds ago now. That was crazy. I saw the CS.
Ah, the timing. Okay, but they drop. What are we gonna see? Yeah. Oh no!
Two throws?
You gotta...
The VO! No! Oh my gosh! I the 2 throws in a row and then VO, but VO doesn't do any damage, so it didn't matter.
You know, it's funny. Gordo's throw, when he can throw you all the way across the screen, or he can just drop you there, and he can actually link a 5A and do a combo there, but I'm not sure if the combo would have done enough damage, so that would explain why EggplantMenace went for the additional throw. Oh wow, that didn't combo.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking of it just like, oh, okay, he got the throw, he's gonna do the Gordo route now off throw, but then there was another throw right away.
I like the general passivity on defense against Yuzuriha so far, because realistically speaking, her strike throw is poor enough that you aren't really scared of all that much, so it's okay to just sit there and block it out, let her space herself out. Whoa! Ooh, okay. Yeah, EggplantMenace has the cycle, so this is very, very winnable right now, especially if that happens. And that's one of the reasons why you had to be scared of the Vorpal Rusty Nails. Oh! Run up throw? I think that EggplantMenace might be a little too afraid of getting hit by VO right now. What do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely, I think, playing more and more passively. Just trying to bait it out, but... It's interesting seeing how it feels like if either character has one neutral at that like snap point on, they're just kind of bleeding grid away because there's not that many real threats at full distance. You know, you can just kind of shield it out.
And you can see the fruits of Eggplant's labors right now in his discipline with just sitting there and blocking, just waiting for the cycle and waiting to get a grid lead. There's no reason to just start smashing when Yuzuriha's doing her thing with the Bisakis. So, oh, they drop. It's all so cringe.
That was really good on the CS there for Dylan up back, recognizing a sim was there. I know it's really easy after CS to see the red mist and just down back.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what Yuzuriha's desired punish is in that scenario. For other characters, it's easy. You just dive kick.
Yeah. I wonder if there even is one, like, based on how deep into the Asim Gord was.
Most likely. I hope so. For her sake. Oh, wow. That wasn't even the Vorpal one. Okay, so Eggplant does have an HP lead, so I feel like losing this grid here is really not all that bad. So I want to see him get more aggressive and go crazy right now.
Yeah, just put the pressure on.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Oh, baits out the VO anyway.
Yeah, I question the VO, but it's difficult to assess in the moment if it's necessary or not, you know? Nice punish.
Yeah. Again, recognizing a sim on the flash.
Mm-hmm. Wake up a sim, lose Eggplant.
Eggplant's having too much fun.
Ooh! I feel like Dylan should have been able to kill there.
That tier M attempt, I really like that tier M attempt, despite it not working.
He's in his head.
Alright, I think this should be it. This should be, bracket should be all finished.
The bracket's all finished. Alright, that was a fun little 2v2. I like the adjustments that I saw from Mr. B in that very first set. It didn't end up being quite enough, but the adjustments were there. And it kind of looks like PapaPesto was just doing his Carmine thing, man. He was like Pipo Comfy, just sitting there, running the mix.
Yeah. Hello, Evan. Tourney just finished. We only had the 2 teams this time, so it was just 2 sets. But yeah, I think it was interesting seeing player adjustments, as you said, and seeing as how time went on, people started, banning out VO more consistently in those interactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think
it's a good. I don't know. I don't want to say that like all of the VOs were cautionary tales, because I think there were some good VOs here and there, but it's just one of those things where you do have to be careful with VO, because it is a really high commitment and with no guarantee of payback. So in some of these scenarios where you look at the HP, you look at the bars, you look at the grid, VO doesn't really benefit you as much as you might think it would, even though it feels good to hit somebody with the VO. So there were some good uses of the VO there, some bad uses of the VO in other places, but I don't know. I liked what I was seeing. I feel like I saw a lot of adjustment back and forth. That was a fun set of sets to watch.
Yeah, I think especially like Gordo Yuzu's a matchup I haven't thought about as much, but seeing how it plays out and seeing how like Gordo's approach to the matchup isn't just like dash blocking. He has tools to actually deal with things. So I play Akatsuki, so for me it's like, oh well, here's the dash block matchup.
Oh no! See, that's pain. That matchup is pain.
Yep. But anyway, so the next 2v2 bracket, I'm gonna have the pages up by tomorrow, and it should be July the 21st on Thursday again. If not, then we'll know by tomorrow. But right now it's Thursday the 21st. And then there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, so there's a lot of like East Coast brackets, or like this specifically is supposed to be for East Coast players, or at least need a good connection to East Coast. And I'm from Michigan, so I'm planning right now on, I think it's Sunday the 24th. I have to double check the dates. I'll have more stuff out about it tomorrow. Running a Midwest-centered, just normal double elimination 1v1 uni bracket. So I'll have more information about that tomorrow as well. But for the few people I know in the Midwest that play uni, or our group, I'm gonna try to start hosting net play brackets for that. So.
Based.
But yeah.
I appreciate you having me, Mocha.
Yeah, it was nice to have you here. I was at first thinking like, you know, there's a chance that I just have to do this on my own, but there wasn't that big a deal because there was only 2 entrants. So if there were more people, like, I would have tried to reach out a lot sooner and harass people more. But I think we didn't even have these 2 entrants until like today when I reached out to people and I'm like, hey, you got to get your teams solidified. So
Well, I hope for the next tournament there are more teams. I like the idea. This is fun.
yeah, it's been really fun the last 2 events and this time as well. So all right, yep, thanks for coming out. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah.
Yeah, catch y'all later.